Hello and welcome to the Bronzie Breakdown, where we decide how good 100 Thieves actually is instead of listening to me like at all. And joined here today with Panda, Temporary Maniac, Pendlehaven, and myself, of course. And I need no introduction, so I'm not going to give one. And we're just going to go from there.
We do apologize to whoever listens to these. We did have all of us pretty much had some life stuff pop up, or else we probably would have had some episodes in between. So we're just gonna kind of do a big old playoff
Yeah.
episode. You know, one of the
We're not going to address world stuff today.
that'll be
It's
in
going
the
to be
next
saved
episode.
for the next episode. But
This one's gonna
yeah.
be all world or all playoffs for LCS Summer 2022. We probably won't go into in depth with some of the games. Probably going to be talking more about the last handful games, honestly,
Yep. Yeah.
in series. I mean, this was probably, if not the best playoffs, just games wise, probably like the second or third best, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it was overall it was pretty good. You know, kind of hard to beat it in my opinion. So,
Yeah,
I
so
mean, it was
spoil.
at least entertaining.
Yes.
You can't take that away from it.
I will say spoilers for anybody, even though they're over. If you haven't listened, especially if we jump back and forth between series and whatnot. So spoilers, just in case.
I mean, they just ended, so shame on you for not
Well, I'm also going to say spoilers because I'm about to throw a graphic up of the entire
Oh, dang. Here it
playoffs.
goes. Here it goes.
So if you
So,
haven't watched it, now's your time.
yes, 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 yes. Or if you don't care and you want to listen to us talk about it, we're fine with that too. But you know, now that we're back together, this was some weird playoffs as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Round one, I think outside of the CLG C9 game, I think went pretty stock standard for most people's predictions.
Mhm.
Because I mean, TL 3-1 Flag West, and then C9 and CLG went full 5 with 3-2 C9. I think a lot of people were predicting CLG over C9.
Uh I was not, but
I will give C9 one that like they massively like. I feel like came in as a questionable, and then just no questions after. Just
Well, yeah,
none.
5th seed that looked. Obviously, the first part of their season was super rough. You know, they didn't have everybody, blah, 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 blah. You know, 0-3 in the first week, and then Sven and Berserker finally show up, and they start cleaning it up, LS leaving, you know, all that fun stuff.
yeah.
But they kind of turned around towards the end. I mean, they locked in 5th, so it was a lot worse of a prediction than I think most of us had for them to finish out the season, though.
Yeah. No, I'd agree.
But ZLG, man, what a season, too. It sucks that they lost 3-2. I mean, CLG, I think, hard outdrafted C9 in most of those games.
I don't know about hard outdrafted, but I do think that they were favored in at least a couple of them for sure.
Yeah, and
Just based on draft alone.
I think like normal, with the season, CLG like lived or died by like they did live or die by draft, but for the most part, their drafts were pretty good.
Yeah.
This time that it just wasn't enough to actually win.
Yeah. I think that they didn't win draft hard enough to beat the superior players. And
Yeah.
like if we're being the other thing is this, and this is it was quite obvious that people were the pro meta was shifting very much towards bot lane wins the game. and
Well, when you're
that wasn't
like,
how CLG wins.
when all you're
So,
doing is trading Kalista, Ziri, and Sivir.
River. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it wasn't
just
much outside of that.
no. It
Oh.
was pretty much over, in my opinion.
Oh, and Seraphine. We can't forget Seraphine.
Or we could. we could.
There's a world in
Well,
which
I mean,
we do, and we feel
the
okay
thing is,
about
like,
it.
because Seraphine was basically forgotten towards the tail end of the tournament.
I was because she started getting thrown in mid, and to be fair, all of the mid laners were like, "Fuck no."
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
but
that just doesn't
it's
sound
'cause
like
they're-
fun.
It's because they're fucking. I get so tired of this. Like,
Unless
come on,
you,
man.
unless you do the
Come on, man.
what was it, the Hunter Thieves, like Seraphine and 4 melee Zerd comp.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The we diving bros comp.
and again,
We
like
go
this is where I still wish people were fine with playing Seraphine in a double enchanter comp with some heavier but like really the only people that would play that are C9 and CLG. Because they would play it with, like the Olaf or Blabber, things like that.
I don't know if C9 would do it because they would just go
Well, they did before.
Zillion band. Nope.
I mean,
Yeah.
effectively, Zillion is
again,
like
not
a
okay.
second enchanter within that composition, but
Yeah, but I don't think they ever paired the Zillion with the Seraphine. And it was, in my opinion, pretty rare to see Berserker on the Seraphine.
it was. But I mean, you can even run double enchanter with the Seraphine as support.
He end up playing Seraphine?
Not that often, I don't think.
You
think
could,
maybe
yes,
twice.
but we're also talking about Sven.
Dude, Seraphine's easy. Like, come on, no, that's not a thing.
But
Seraphine is super
remember,
easy.
though, first pick Yumi, they win.
Just pick Yumi, my guy.
Just pick Yumi.
And
Yeah.
Lulu. Don't make him have to hit skill shots, right? Force his team to have to hit the skill shots for
Yeah,
him.
That's true. That's true.
So looking at the
God.
stats, it looks like Berserker didn't play Seraphine
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they did.
I
at
thought
all.
he played once.
Jensen didn't even play Seraphine. Like, I think C9 didn't even touch Seraphine at all.
I'm extremely sure that Seraphine was played in a C9 game. Am I incorrect on that? I thought for some reason I was
Maybe
pretty sure that it had done.
against C9.
No. I mean, like on C9 side, I thought they had.
I don't ever remember
not
C9
seeing
playing it.
Okay, fair enough.
But he bust out the Draven. Let's see. Yeah, the championship run. He played
I know
Zeri
he
6
didn't play
times,
it
Sivir
inside.
5 times, Aphelios
I know he
twice,
didn't play it
Spinella,
inside
Draven once.
He didn't play it in playoffs. That much I do know.
No, and he didn't play it normal.
Okay.
Yeah, C9 stayed away from it.
They were not about that life.
I mean, to be fair, though,
To be fair.
Yeah, Sven never played it either. He did have one game on Sona though.
I do agree C9 could have done Seraphine as a support, but with Seraphine as strong as she was, I mean, the only places you'd want her anyway was mid and AD carry for the farm. And unfortunately, in my opinion, I don't see Jensen or Berserker playing it. And
no, I don't either.
with Berserker, I mean, do we really want Berserker off of an AD carry at this point? Granted, I want to see him and what he can do with mages to like add a little bit of flexibility. But him and what he does, just I'll leave him be in bot lane.
All right, that's fair.
That's just me. I'll just, especially with what you're saying with the meta shift, especially for playoffs.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when the meta shift was coming through, I figured we weren't going to see him on anything other than 80 carries, but
Yeah.
I just feel like I really do think that especially on some of these picks, if you have a double enchanter setup, or if you get something that gives you insurance like a Morgana, something along those lines, just to help him out, I do think it's definitely something that's worthwhile.
You know, as C9 rides and dies on Blabber, you're definitely riding or dying on this Morgana that never got played. We talked about Jan at the beginning of the season, and she shows up in the playoffs.
Well, no, here's the thing: like that Morgana is never, ever, 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 ever going to get played by Blabber. I don't think.
I know it was like a pure bait during the playoffs, but when they hovered Echo, I was like, just lock it in. Just lock it in.
Like,
I don't even
please,
care.
I need this right now.
I don't even care that I didn't get it in the regular season. Just play it once, please.
The fact they played the Janna before they played the Morgana is the biggest insult to me, dude.
Oh man. Well, moving to losers. TSM had to face FlyQuest, and I went 3-2. TSM looked decent. FlyQuest looked bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
So-
they look terrible.
So before we get too deep into the games, I have one neat stat for all the playoffs.
Okay.
There were only 4 games that didn't go to Silver Scrapes.
And 3 of them.
Three
were
of them
And
were
3 of them were
Cloud9.
C9.
Yeah.
The other one was TL FlyQuest.
Yeah. Oh my God. Round 1. C9 just had to make it past the LG. That's
Yeah.
all they had to do.
And they got the playoff buff.
They did. And then CLG versus Golden Guardians. I barely remember that one. I think CLG looked okay.
Yeah, they looked okay.
Then we get to round 2, right? EG,
Mhm.
you know, the number 1 team rocking everybody's world in regular season. Number 1 facing number 5 C9.
15-3.
Yeah,
face
15-3. They're the greatest thing that's ever touched the grass of NA because they're homegrown, you know, grass-fed talent.
Yep.
They get
Grass-fed.
3-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say grass fed. I mean, this is some FlyQuest bullshit, but all right.
No.
I'm
They're in
listening.
Cali. They can grass feed there.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. You know, as they say, C9, when you give them an inch, they take a whole arm.
Yeah, they take a whole arm. It's
Yep,
true.
that is
exactly
what they say. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, C9 looked unstoppable in that game. Against EG.
Well, it was. Yeah. Yeah, like that's effectively all it was.
I can't even remember who carried it. I think it was just a whole group effort in that one.
But
Does anybody even remember that one? This might end up
It was
being
one
a
of those,
shorter
like, I just
episode
kinda-
than we thought.
yeah, the only one I really focused on was kind of like the finals
Yeah.
in this one. So
Which
it
is
just
fair. Which
yeah.
is fair.
I had enough going on. So
I remember
Yeah.
many bits and pieces of it, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
'cause C9 went up. C9 went up 2-0, and then
Yeah.
EG won game 3. I don't know, man. The EG, EG
no,
was not
look
looking
at-
themselves.
Well, here's the thing. I thought that EG looked about like they did at the end of the regular season. They just didn't get any better.
yeah, like it was like towards the end of the season, you could tell like teams were kind of figuring out how to handle them, and they didn't really change anything up. And so then they just went into this, and everyone's like, "Yeah, no, we still know what we're doing and how we're gonna deal with this." And then that was all she wrote.
Well, and
Yeah,
we were talking about that towards the end of the season, though. Like, we're like, oh, EG's bagging on everybody, saying that, you know, the talent here sucks versus MSI. They didn't have the MSI fog, you know, right away type of situation. And then because they thought everybody was trash, it felt like they weren't. I'm not gonna say they weren't improving, but you just didn't see very much advancement
Well,
from like the
I-
MSI.
I honestly think that they were correct when they said that everyone was trash. And I do think that it affected them in that, and I believe I mentioned this to you the other day. I think I think that it affected them a lot because they had literally no one to push them forward. There was no one that made them go, "Oh, I need to change this up. Like I've got to be doing something different." Because there was nothing different to be done for them.
Yeah, and so they hadn't figured out, and they could not change what they were doing, so they just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, playoffs definitely seemed like teams were figuring them out, which is wild because
Well, that was the thing.
it doesn't excite you for Worlds, right?
No.
That
no.
was the big thing. I felt like teams were figuring it out before finals, and they just didn't. They just like we'll figure it out, and it's like no, you're not figuring it out. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, because EG started dropping. That was when they started struggling. Was towards the end.
Yeah. But like
So-
the problem was that by the time teams got to the level where EG was set there for the entire had been set there for the entire year. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really I find it difficult to blame them for the fact that they didn't improve just because they had no reason to.
yeah,
Like you've got to have it's the same. It's the 100 Thieves thing. It really is. Why do they need to do anything different? They were finally being forced. They were finally forced to be doing different things tail into playoffs because they nearly lost to TL. They were really close to losing to TL because they had no proactivity. Like their proactivity is looking for a place to ambush. An example of this actually, it was C9 100 Thieves. They're pushed back into their base. C9 has control of the map. They have Baron buff. And Blabber, instead of choosing the safe path, chooses a greedy path near their base, gets found by all five of them,
You're talking
like
about
in
the
the
Poppy.
brush.
Yeah, the Poppy's the
Yeah.
wall slamming him. Yeah, the comms.
And
He's
just
like,
over.
the comms.
Right?
He's like, I'm inting.
Yeah. But like that's it, right? Those are the things that 100 Thieves look for. That's how they get their
I think they still lost
their
that
ways
one, but yes.
into the game. Like they still won that one. But I'm saying that's where they go for it. That's what they do. It's like, all right, well, we're just gonna sit here in this brush and trust that they'll do something stupid. Because if Blabber doesn't path greedily, they never see him because he's not there. They never kill him, and they lose the game. Like they were probably losing the game anyways, but like that's if he makes the mistake, then they can stall out the Baron push. Then they have another chance for another mistake to be made that they can win off of. The final EG 100 Thieves game, there was a fight specifically. So like freaking EG is way in the lead, right? They go over to Baron, the Baron that 100 Thieves is doing. They're going through the blue side jungle, and two of them go from the top of the blue buff, and three of them go from below. 100 Thieves sees this, splits the fight instantly, and destroys the backline. Because the tank line and the back line are split, and they're trying to enter from two different points. So they just say, well, fuck your front line. We're just going to go kill the back line. And that was the first fight that they won. And then the next one was Dragon, that EG probably shouldn't have been around at all because again, they come in and they come in kind of split. Then they get pincered and it's over. Like the mistakes in positioning from EG are the only reason 100 Thieves won that exchange. They won that last game. 100 Thieves had no business winning that last game. But they prey off the weaknesses of everyone else, the mistakes that everyone else makes. And it's like it's just frustrating to see. Cuz like they just rolled over in this C9 series. There was no I don't know. The first C9 series, the one thing that I was excited to see from 100 Thieves and I wanted to commend them for this was in the first go around with C9, they played more aggressive. It didn't look pretty cuz they're not used to it, but they played way more aggressive. They took early game compositions and they tried. They didn't just sit there and wait for, lie and wait for someone to come in and make a mistake and then they, pounce and win off of it. They really freaking tried to
They
make some
didn't.
advantages for themselves.
Yeah, they didn't play the age old. It's like, oh well, they'll screw up at some point.
Yeah. So
So
I was really happy to see that, and I hope that is a glimpse of things to come, because if that's a glimpse of things to come, then I'm excited for this team.
So.
But I want to see more of that, because I think they did that against C9 that first time through because they'd already locked up a world spot, so they were willing to try something. They got like utterly trounced still, and again, a lot of those engages looked ugly, especially closers engages. Closers engages looked nasty, like absolutely like
It's
barf
hard.
worthy. It was
Yeah. It-
not great, but like at least they're trying. Because
Well,
if they're not
it's
willing
hard.
to even
It's
try
hard
it,
to
then
say that they're trying when, they get just destroyed by Cloud9
Yeah,
back
but
to back.
well, my fear there is they're trying and they're doing more early active, proactive plays and trying to make advantages for themselves that are not directly related to the opponents messing up. But you could tell a huge difference in the team fighting from like what they did in regular season. Usually, there would be a mistake or there'd be something and they could capitalize that on that in team fights. I was seeing the exact opposite thing from 100 Thieves in the playoffs. They could get an advantage, it would be okay, but then like they would throw the game in some way or a team fight would get messed up in some way. They were
yeah,
getting, you know, just outplayed in team fights and
sure.
around like making
But like,
somewhat questionable decisions.
yeah, no, I'll agree with that there. Like, I don't think they understand when they can and cannot fight stuff. I don't think they've really ever understood that. But because
Oh,
people make mistakes that can be capitalized on, right?
yeah.
They're able to continue to win more than they lose.
Well, and when 100 Thieves was first starting off, and I would say middle of the pack to the bottom tier team, their playstyle was like if they're going to lose, it's not a long drawn out thing. They
No,
just
no,
throw their
it's
bodies at
quick.
it.
It's really quick.
And then they got into the habit of, oh, we'll play it back, wait for them to make a mistake, and then I was seeing very remnants of what that was originally of just like, oh, we're losing, throw our bodies at them, just
Yeah,
don't take the trade. Don't make a smarter decision and get something out of it. It
just
was
trust that they're going to
like
make a mistake somewhere along the way.
yes, so many times like they'd be going through a highlight or whatever, like they just showing the team fight before or whatever, and they come out of that team fight where 100 Thieves just got smashed and 100 Thieves is forcing around something that just to get smashed again. It's like, okay, well, this is going downhill and quick.
Yep, but like
So
it worked in the EG series because EG just screwed up.
yeah.
Like it was they put themselves in enough scenarios where the other team might just screw up, and then the other team just screwed up. I don't know.
Speaking,
It's just yeah. It
I
was just
think I, I think though Cloud9's run did look impressive across this entire thing, I'm very underwhelmed by the performances put up by both Hunter Thieves and EG.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about
Yeah,
TL.
yeah.
So,
We'll don't worry. We'll talk about EG soon
God.
and that potential reasoning. Speaking of TL, in round 2, after C9 gave a shellacking to EG, we got to see another Hunter Thieves first TL for like the umpteenth billionth time.
And I cannot fathom the drafting priorities.
I think that
I
was
can't.
a thing the entire season. No.
It was, but like they tried so hard to let Whippo smash top, and in the end they settled on, okay, we'll just make sure that Han Sama carries us to victory, because clearly this is where the game is now, and we saw that in a bunch of other people, right? Realistically, Han Sama and Berserker, I think, were probably the strongest AD carries in the playoffs,
That's fair.
because Danny was not getting the job done. They were not winning through bot lane like EG wasn't. 100 Thieves they were not winning through FBI and Huhi. They were not.
So,
But
welcome to the bot lane meta. Put up or shut up.
I will commend Huhi on having a really good game in that series. At the tail end, that Amumu game, I thought he had a good game. I do think that once again, a Morgana solves so many freaking problems that you have when you need an 80 carry to not die, and someone has nothing but a giant CC stick on the other team. It really tilts me, because it's like, oh, right here they could just do it, and it would be done. There wouldn't be a problem. But no. Again, teams refuse.
I think you're thinking the C900 Thieves.
Was it C900 Thieves where the Amumu was
because
played? I was pretty sure it was against TL.
Nah, C9 couldn't track fucking Huhi whatsoever.
And then they immediately banned it first game back playing against Hunter Thieves today. Like first game, they're like, get the Moo gone.
Hold on. Oh no, that was the game. Never mind. That game. Yeah. I thought it was, for some reason. I guess I just got them confused because it's been
There's a lot of game
too long.
fives.
There's a lot of just like.
I mean, in the TL Hunter Thief series, Amumu was banned 3 times. So it was obviously on.
No. The last game was where they played the stupid Renekton into the
Aatrox.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yep.
But
Yeah, it was the Amumu that got the one victory for Hunter Thieves versus C900 Thieves.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Fuck this Amumu."
that's not happening again. I'm glad you enjoyed that one, Huhi.
Track him whatsoever.
No, they could not.
Hunter Thieves does their thing, 3-2 TL. Now you got EG and TL in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Which at this point should, like, TL, honestly, I think was more expected to be in the loser bracket over EG being in the losers bracket.
Yeah, for sure.
But EG had to go up against TSM, which you're thinking, TSM just went 5 games with freaking FlyQuest, right?
Yep.
EG should have this in the bag. Barely. They go all 5 games.
I will say that
actually
TSM
looked really good in that
Yeah,
series.
I thought they looked way better in that series than I was expecting. But I think, kind of regardless, that is a shameful performance. Because like all props to TSM that deserve to be there, right? but it's still. I definitely did not expect to see a performance like that um out of EG.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
not excited to see them in Worlds, to tell you that much. But
Yeah.
I know, super exciting talk right now.
I mean, it is depressing because
I mean,
it was
Mullet,
kind of a laugh riot.
the solo playoff buff almost took effect.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, in end of the day, I think it's really it really did show that NA is just not in a good spot, man.
I would agree with that.
Especially when you also have TL in the losers bracket going 3-2 with CLG.
They looked so bad, dude. Santorin probably has several herniated discs after that series.
A backpack was heavy.
No, that's not even a backpack. He was carrying the CRV by himself. He was that old man, you know, from those other commercials. It's just like hauling a truck up a hill. And that was Santorin, that freaking series.
Eventually, they'll work out.
He did everything possible to win that series. And then in the EG series, he did everything possible to win that series too. The problem is that he then had one bad game. The entire playoffs, he had one bad game.
Which ended up being
And
game
unfortunately,
5.
his team needed him to not have any bad games ever, because they could not win without him.
Yeah, I did not like the Galio game 5 pick.
The Galio was probably the worst. All right, there's again. There it is again. There it is again. There's Morgana again, and I can't get away from it, and it bothers me.
There's a world in which you can get.
They pick Galio to help protect their AD carry. They pick Galio to help protect their AD carry. It's like, all right, that's awesome. What does Galio do against what's coming up? The only thing he can do is taunt. That's it. And newsflash, that taunt is not going to save your AD carry.
Not for long, because
Well,
people
good. Go ahead, Kurt.
people going for your AD carry now. That Merc Trez are just so effective. Tenacity is super effective at the moment. It just looks rough.
But there's so much CC they're throwing at your AD carry. And you know what? The only person that had magic damage attached to their crowd control was the Silas. When are they popping that shield? They're not.
That game, we also definitely saw a case of Silas does it better than Galio does.
Well,
Silas
yeah,
is
of course he
better
does.
than a lot of champions.
Except for Zillion, and I'm going to keep on that till the day I die. You actually have to play that. You actually have to play that.
Hey, he did it better until he ultied himself. And then got killed and then double bombed and rooted and...
Well, it's the bombs, the zone control are what makes it so... Or what makes the rest of it so effective. You have to be able to set up, number one, for the person that's actually getting bombed. Because I swear, it doesn't mean the same thing. It does not mean the same thing. But like either way though, it definitely I don't know. It just you look at what at what you're looking at there on the other side. You look at what EG has, and you can't honestly think that, like, because Galio feels like it's not even defensive. Like, they're using it defensively. You have to use it like offensively in that context, right? If you have any hope of winning, but that's not what they were picking it for. It just, yeah, I think it was a terrible pick. It was an absolutely terrible pick. I like seeing the Galio just because, like, again, Galio's is a champion I
Fun.
play a lot,
You
but
know,
it doesn't
you know what
really
is
matter.
a terrible champion that finally got a win in the LCS?
Victor.
Victor.
Dude, oh my god. That was the one thing what was the one thing I said? You can't do it. You can't lose to the Victor. You can't lose to the Victor. He's just
And
sitting there saying that over and over
to
and
be
over.
fair, they did not lose technically because of the Victor.
No, they didn't lose because of it. They did lose to it though, and
Yes.
that's just as bad.
They lost because of the bar.
That's just bad.
Vulcan was slapping motherfuckers. Just
Meep.
catching Bjergsen on the friggin' Talia ulti. Like, oh,
That
my
was
God.
beautiful to watch. I don't care who you are. That was just. It's like I said, I'm gonna get out.
That board
He's like,
was
No.
I don't think you
insane.
are.
I've decided no.
But yeah,
Well, and when Lake and I were watching it though, that's what we said, right? Was yeah, because I was looking, going, man, I think this bar is just gonna throw them for a fucking loop. Like, I don't think they
Can
have.
you play against Bard? Like,
I don't think they're prepared to play against Bard, and they were definitely not prepared to play against Bard.
No. They were not. They were not at all. Which, because we were talking about it, because we really didn't talk about it. TLCLG, TL, they beat them 3-2, close, whatever. Then you had the round 3 EG versus TL. This decided who was the final team making it to Worlds. And as we were talking about it, EG ended up sniping that 3-2.
Yeah, sniping. Yeah, it's.
Hey, they sniped it like that Bard ult.
Precision.
Just saying.
Absolute precision.
precision.
I just the Galio pick. I don't know, dude. Like, if a pick like Morgana is so far removed from their minds that they can't see that was really
Possibility.
good. Well, I mean, it's great against people that have a lot of physical damage based crowd control.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop the damage, but it doesn't hurt the shield. So you can have that shield up for multiple instances of this. And it'll protect you from the stun from the Sylas. And on top of that, based on how many melees were there, the other thing that's amazing about Morgana is she's got her ulti. Right? Okay, so Sylas takes the ulti. Who cares? She's there to basically disincentivize people from going onto her carry. She's good at it. Really good at that. What, Sylas goes in and he starts it up? Okay, well. So? Shield up the carry and the carry will walk away. She'll ult and she'll Zhonya's. Like, it's not a particularly good ult to steal unless you have people going in on you, which you're never going to draft Morgana into that comp anyways.
What do we say, though? That pros, they're never going to do what we think they should do. We've proven that time and time again.
Yes, because they also definitely will never ult over to the tier 2 and walk past the level 5 jungler, and instead they're going to sit under their tower and wait for the 3v1 to occur.
Oh god, the Malphite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that was
that's
kinda
also true.
rough to
You are
watch.
correct. You're 100% correct.
It's like, you have an easy. You went back to the turret. This seems questionable to me.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so obviously EG makes it. We know the 3 teams going to World, C9, Hunter Thieves, TL, right? We don't know what order. We just know, semifinals, C9 versus Hunter Thieves, and then whoever loses faces EG because they ended up being TL.
Yep,
Now,
yep.
shortly after, EG locked in the world spot. Danny all of a sudden says, I can't play anymore currently. I am having mental issues. Now, granted, anybody having mental issues, you should see somebody, you should make awareness of it, all that greatness for it. I just found it particularly weird that he does it, especially with how EG was struggling in the playoffs. They have one of their worst playoff performances. They make Worlds, and Danny finally says, I'm done.
Yep.
I'll see you at Worlds, essentially. Which, to be fair, we don't even know if we'll see him at Worlds. Are we going to see Kaori, or are we going to see Danny?
I mean, I'd be fine with seeing Kaori.
Yeah, he impressed me. He really did.
I thought he played well, and, he was there for the team when they needed him. So that's also a plus.
Now, my gripe is, because we were talking about it earlier, is it just seems suspicious that the teams all of a sudden in the last couple weeks of the regular season and throughout the playoffs, EG was getting figured out by just about every team. I mean, even though TL lost, it still went full 5 games. C9 murdered them 3-1. TSM pushed them to 5 games. EG was getting figured out. Danny was no longer the what's he gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And he freaked. He was like, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure how to deal with this.
Yeah, I think that's what caused the mental boom. The fact that he, wasn't necessarily being perceived as the greatest at the moment because EG wasn't dominating the fuck out of playoffs. But, like I said, anybody having issues, get seen. It's definitely
Get professional
important.
help.
Yeah.
So it's super unfortunate, but it's just how it had to have played a role in his mental edge that he started getting figured out. He started struggling, and then he's like, essentially we made Worlds, deuces.
Yeah. That's definitely what that felt like, though. We made Worlds.
It
Peace
did.
out, everybody.
Was any of it a worry of him not being able to perform on that setting? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Was he fearful?
The good thing is, from the looks of it, he at least wasn't at meet and greets and stuff while they were in Chicago. So he was completely away from everything. If he was at the meet and greets and signing shit and talking with fans and stuff, then I'd be like, okay, sir, what the fuck is going on right now? EG showed photos of Vulcan and Kaori doing meet and greet and signings and stuff. So I was like, okay, at least Danny wasn't there. So it really shows, he was stepping away.
Yeah.
Although at that point, though, would you want to be around fans, though, or would you not?
I feel like I would not, because it does seem like kind of a slap in the face to anyone who did, stick around.
Yeah.
Do you think it would help with the mental edge part of it, though? If maybe get you back in your mental if you are meeting people and they're, saying nice things to you while you're signing autographs and shit.
You would hope so, right? You would hope that would be a plus for you.
I mean,
but
without knowing what the issues, the underlying issues really are, who knows? It's I don't know. It's just one of those things where it timing will always cause things to look a certain way.
Dude, I'm sorry. Fudge tweeted, and it's fucking.
Okay, go ahead.
We came to Chicago for 4 days to play 82 minutes of League. Thanks for the vacation, Riot Games.
Oh my god. It's bad because he's right.
He's so right. It's
Yeah, because
ridiculous.
they didn't have to play the Hunter Thieves and EG had to play the day before in front of the crowd, so they played 2 days.
They at least had 2 days worth of games.
God damn.
C9 just coming in and be like,
Dude, that is
couple games of
that's
league
rough.
and go home.
Let's speedrun this shit, have vacation, go home.
Dude, like what? Can anyone talk back against that? Because I don't think anyone
No.
can.
No.
No,
Like, I
what
don't
are you
think
gonna
anyone can say shit about that.
There's not really a whole lot to say.
Like, Jesus, man, that's tough. Like, that's just tough, man.
The harshest of truths right there.
God.
It was bad. It was so. I mean, yeah. Especially if you're gonna
Like,
be
you want to
spending-
defend somebody,
Yeah.
You'd be like, nah.
but there ain't nobody. There ain't nobody to defend, man.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
really, no, but
to be fair, even though they're probably super happy and they're glad that it was a 3-0, I'm sure that every single one of them were like, let's make this 5 games. But Hunter Thieves was just didn't want
Hurt set
to.
against it.
Dude, I love the quote. Was it? Oh, it just looked like. It feels like they just decided that no, it's over, we're done. Like Cloud9 just decided they were finished with this series.
Server's like, do we really need it? Nah, we don't really need 5 games. It's fine. Let's call it a day, guys.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice. A. Oh, fudge. I like the banter.
yeah.
So then in the semis, C9 3-1 Hunter Thieves. So they 3-1 EG, who's the number 1 team, and then Hunter Thieves said, "Oh, we got you, bro. We'll finish them off." And Hunter Thieves gets 3-1 by C9. The 5th place team has now become the team to beat, like the raid boss for NA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It feels weird calling them raid boss. It just felt like they may be the only actual team.
I mean, only team, raid boss. I mean, still kind of similar thing, right?
I guess I guess if you're the high schooler standing amongst kindergartners, then yeah, like it's
Yeah. Because
you're like, I know addition and subtraction. They're like, oh, what? I'm learning that, and then you're like, I also know multiplication and division. They're like, I don't even know what those words are.
What are those?
You know that clock on the wall? I can tell you what time it is.
Get out of here! Get out of here! It's too much, man.
Sorcery.
Because like, 100 Thieves had what? They had a little bit of a lead. Like it wasn't a huge lead. They had a little bit of a lead against C9.
They were up about 4K in one game.
It was third game then.
Second.
I'd say that was game
Was
2.
it second?
Yeah.
Because they didn't feel like they were in control of that game ever. Like even though they had the lead.
It was game 2. Then they lost that big fight around Dragon, if I remember right, and it just flipped the whole
Well, yeah, because
game.
Berserker freaking just went nuts again.
But yeah, Berserker's a thing.
He needs to stay a thing. Just saying.
Well, thank you, LS. You know.
True.
Thank you, LS, for Berserker. And, oh, by the way, I wanted to call out the broadcast team for their BS. The biggest amount of BS. I like the whole LS thing, which at the time was pretty contentious, and then everyone starts booing. They're like, okay, maybe it's still contentious. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. And then at the end of it, they're like, see, the process, it still works. It's like, no, fuck off. We have no idea if the other thing would work because they fired him after freaking 4 games. Like, we didn't even
Well.
know if it would have worked or not. Like,
C9
what the hell?
C9 tweeted out competitive ruling, Hunter Thieves, investigation for intentional feeding. And then the link takes you to the Cloud9 store.
Oh, that's great. What a bunch of fucking trolls.
It hurts because it's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you're not wrong. But it'll be interesting to see what C9 can do against
No, don't.
world
don't even.
teams. But like, I don't imagine that kind of
They got
level.
EDG T1 in their group, dude. If they manage to get out, you know, I would be shocked.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. C9 put a shellacking on Hunter Thieves, which Hunter Thieves did take the one game because of the Huhi and Mumu special. That was dude. Cloud9 didn't know what the fuck to do at all in that game.
No.
Like Mumu showed up and they were just like, I mean, to be fair, they were also walking into choke
What
points
is
with a
that?
Talia, and then
Yes,
Talia got that
repeatedly.
3-man freaking knockback that just annihilated them.
That 100 Thieves thing where they just mind control people to make the most bizarre decisions possible.
But why? Because we can't. But why?
Why is 100 Thieves trending on Twitter?
Oh, I wouldn't know. No clue. None whatsoever.
Yeah, and then 100 Thieves got kicked down to face EG, which, to be fair, even with someone showing up to replace Danny, I kind of figured 100 Thieves was going to win.
Yeah.
Even though Coyote, he killed it in that series. He did.
Oh no,
really
for sure,
good.
for sure.
Definitely. For stepping up from Academy, he was a fucking monster. I don't think I've seen any of the other Academy bot laners who've stepped up over the last 2 splits play that good.
No,
He was definitely making an argument for, I'm good enough to be up on this main team.
Yeah, well, I mean, on someone's main team at least. I don't know. I would like to see Danny improve his lane phase. That'd be nice to see.
Well, maybe when he's not having a mental boom, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe.
I really hate to joke about it. It's like the worst thing to joke about, but
That's not the worst thing to joke about. There are definitely worse things to joke about than that one.
But like, I don't fucking know, man. Who knows with League players and esports? We don't play it. We just get mental boomed from one game because we'll have a fucking Singe not connect.
Oh, please don't. I know I brought it up earlier, but god damn it.
We would have won that game
See,
if we had
even,
our fifth
even
player.
now, the boom continues.
Between that and the Sunfire Yeez the other day, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah,
Because
we
every
faced,
fucking
like,
E built Sunfire.
Every game we played had a fucking Yi in it. And they did
Yeah,
this
like 5 out of
Sunfire
7
Yi, huh?
Yees.
They did
Yeah,
this
Jungle Yi.
stupid Bork Sunfire into...
It was Bork, Rageblade into Sunfire.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
You know, it's almost as bad as the item picks from the games. Just saying.
Yeah, also true.
Picking a freaking crown when literally everything breaks it.
Dude, I looked
before
at
the
that
team
and I was
fights
like,
even
there's no
start.
way. There's no way.
Team fight hasn't started. My crown's broken. Well, you're dead, sir. Good luck.
Well, not to tell you. Good luck.
God, that was so bad. Hunter Thieves, EG, went 3-2. Closers, Lee Sin, securing the Game 5 victory.
Yep.
That was an insane kick.
It was an insane kick, but once again, like, how split do you have to be, like, on repeated fights when you're in the lead as EG to throw that?
Because they were also facing a gangplank that was nearly one-shotting.
Yeah. But that wasn't when they made the initial throw. They weren't facing that GP yet. They weren't. Their initial throw, they literally just walked in. They had 2 walk in from just above blue buff from blue side jungle, and then the rest of their team, their whole back line and support down below. They just trolled it. Like, their positioning was terrible.
Oh, it wasn't even in Game 5. When the fuck did he play the Lee Sin? Was it Game 4? I don't know. He played Lee Sin a couple times. It was not Game 5 versus EG.
Yeah, it was not a good look, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say.
No.
I mean, I watched the series.
I mean, yeah, I watched it. I watched it. Don't know if I liked it, but I watched it.
That's your version of I was there.
I'm healthy.
Oh God.
Oh my God, I'm helping.
God, it was so bad. It's so bad.
Maybe some team somewhere will figure something out.
Maybe, like, I don't know. It just seems
Unlikely. That's
really unlikely. Like, we see this like so often. Every year, basically, it really feels like you see it every year. And I have zero faith that
it's
this
hard.
gets any better.
It's hard for me to say too that EG would have won the series if Danny was there. Just because, honestly, you couldn't really tell the difference.
No,
between Danny
100% couldn't.
and Coyote. Maybe in picks difference. That's about it. Because Danny would be willing to pull out like the MF or something, which I don't remember half the game, so I don't even know if MF would have been a good choice in half of those games.
Probably not, but I mean, I don't know. In I think he may have had a decent spot in like 1. But like, it's kind of hard to say whether or not that's really true.
Yeah.
But who really knows? Okay. EG lost, so they're going to be the 3rd place team. Going into Worlds, so they'll be doing the play-ins versus being in group stage, which is where everybody predicted them to be, and to be 1st place, and everybody going, oh God, we got to face EG. Now they're going, we get EG, let's go.
This is awesome. Why didn't we start with this?
And Team Liquid's like, yeah.
So it gave us what, a finals, C9 versus Hunter Thieves, right? Yep. Hunter Thieves gets their redemption arc, right? They lost 3-1 to C9 previously. They're feeling pumped. They beat EG, even though it's bruised up and beaten. They don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore, EG. And C9. Whoo! They end playoffs better than they started it.
A horrific shellacking. Like, that was
87 minutes. 86, 87.
Second fastest NA finals ever.
Yeah.
it was brutal to watch. And I loved every second of 100 Thieves getting beat, but that was brutal, man.
You still
That was
don't.
still brutal.
I loved seeing it. Didn't like watching it.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, C9 just came out and looked unstoppable. The drafts looked good.
Yep.
For once for C9. They didn't look like they were losing the drafts right off the gate.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think throughout playoffs, really, I for the most part enjoyed most of their drafts.
yeah.
Had some definite what the fucks here and there, but I personally enjoyed their the drafts most of the time.
Dude, next time we might as well just record our podcast over the finals.
Yeah, I probably.
We're learning. It's okay. We
yeah.
got out of our groove, right? We took a break. We're a little rusty. Honestly, though, was this podcast really like the finals one? Was it really going to be that insane long or anything like that?
No,
Granted,
because
probably not.
the finals was not very long. So-
Granted, the other ones probably would have been just as short, you know, like hour and a half a piece, probably, in my opinion. I mean, all we did was just summed up this whole playoffs, right? Like, C9 out of the gate, they didn't look the strongest right away. They went against CLG, kind of struggled in draft, but that was the CLG thing to do, was force teams to struggle. And they just tore through. I mean,
it was
3-1 the first place team, 3-1 the second place team, and then reface them in the finals and you 3-0 them. Berserker only dying once. Like, every single person in that, like they were saying on the caster desk, right? Like, when it's a 3-0, it makes it even harder to come up with an MVP. Like, you literally have to just go,
Yeah.
you know, Berserker died once, had, 20 plus kills,
Yeah.
20 plus assists, had like a 12 plus CS average over the other person, and did nearly 1,000 damage per minute throughout the 80 plus minutes. Like,
Yeah, when I did do the math on like damage per minute with their games, and I think I did. It was almost. It wasn't quite 80,000 damage, but it was right there. That's an annoying amount of damage.
Insane. It's actually just crazy.
Which we even said ourselves, like, if the games potentially went longer, Blabber would have given himself more of a footing potentially. Sven as well, because Sven, even though he died a couple times, he had an 89% kill participation, the highest out of everybody, I'm pretty sure. So
I would assume. Now,
like,
we don't know everyone else's,
but still, in 3 games, a 90% kill participation is flipping unheard of, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like, what the hell just happened? It's just 100 Thieves. Just, I don't know what happened. Like a brain dump.
Hunter Thieves is still trying to figure it out, so it's okay. Like, they haven't figured it out just yet. They'll get there.
The analyst desk may never know.
Analyst desk is not. No,
I mean,
they're out of it on that one.
like Sven said, pick Yumi or Lulu, win game, easy.
Yeah.
And Berserker,
Dude,
I'm
his
bored.
interview was so crazy, bro.
Berserker, I got bored.
Oh man.
It's like you went 23-1-25. I guess, sure. Yeah.
He's like,
you
all
were
right,
bored.
like wanted something, I suppose. But
And it's not like they weren't, like, kills weren't happening. It's not like
Yeah.
C9 just pressured. Like, they were team fighting. They were doing all that crap.
Yep.
Like, it was 22-6 in kills in game 2. And then 23-11 kills in game 3.
Yeah.
And the kills were added up to be higher than the freaking game time.
Yes.
wasn't
Yes,
a very
they-
high
Except for-
number to hit.
Except for game 1. Game 1 was 13-3, but then they were like, let's double that for game 2. And then let's keep it around 20 kills for game 3.
Well, they succeeded. I mean,
Yeah.
congrats.
Everybody looked good. Like we said, it's hard to like pinpoint anything.
Like
super
if you have to say,
outrageous.
if you're like, oh, this one player wasn't as good as everyone else, it would have been fudge. But literally, he was put on weak side the entire time. Like, you'll
Yeah.
be okay.
Well, and to top it off, when they showed his stats, like even on
They were
weak
still good.
side, he was still like up an average of what was like 8-10 CS per minute. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're on weak side and you're still destroying your laner and CSing and like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when that's your weak point, it spells pretty damning for the
Yeah.
other team. So
Yeah,
No,
the
it-
blabber crabbers. I'm pretty sure in every game too he
I
had.
didn't get that stat. I didn't see that stat. I'm mad about
We
it.
didn't see the game 3. Yeah, the one guy in the crowd was counting, and I believe it was 6 and 5 for game 1 and game 2. We didn't get our game 3 count.
Yeah. Thank God.
A lot. I mean, and even Berserker taking a bit out of it. He's like, he's not here to take the repair. I'll get it for him. It's fine.
Exactly. No matter that's teamwork right there. Oh
But-
man.
Did get to see the worst Talia wall I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, that was
Nothing-
tragedy.
Nothing
that
says
was
oof like
tragedy, man.
removing yourself from the fight.
That was actually just tragedy, though.
So
So,
Eek.
so by the way, Cloud9 went 12-4 in the playoffs.
Jesus Christ.
12-4.
dropped games. Let's see here. They dropped games to 100.
One game. One game
One
to
game
EG.
to 100. One game to EG.
And 2 to CLG.
2 games to CLG.
I mean, even TSM went 5-5.
That's just
Yeah.
wild.
Which is funny. So TSM went 5-5. Hunter Thieves, who made it to the finals, went 7-10.
Yeah, but they had a lot more games to play. They had a lot more opportunities to lose.
Yeah, they had a lot more opportunities to lose. Keep facing Cloud9.
Yeah.
6 of Hunter Thieves' losses were to one team.
Yep. Yep.
That's a no-bueno.
TL went 10-9.
So, I mean, is your argument here saying TSM is better than Hunter Thieves?
I mean, clearly.
I mean, percentage-wise, sure.
They're batting better. Like,
They're
I mean,
clearly better. I wholeheartedly agree with every part of this message.
Daisy's over here. I endorse
You
this.
are now talking my language, and I appreciate it very much.
Jensen and Berserker hold the KDA average for the playoffs. Jensen first at 6.5 and Berserker at 6.1.
Damn.
With Bjergsen behind them at 5.9.
And they had more opportunities to die.
They did. They definitely did that.
Luger is up there, 5.7. Do you want to know the worst?
Worst KD of.
Yeah. Yep. Guess positioning. First, who do you think is going to have the worst KD?
Jungle.
Wrong. Jungle is fourth from the bottom is when you start seeing junglers. The bottom three are all the same position. Closer's down here, surprisingly.
Oh, damn.
No.
Bwipo's down here, not surprising.
You'd have to say support then.
Top lane.
Oh.
Yeah, Philip with a 1.15.
Ooh.
Dokla with a 2.1. Mr. should have been carrying CLG.
Yeah, he should have been.
And Licorice.
That was the idea, wasn't it?
Licorice with a 2.8. The bottom three are top laners.
They did say top lane does tend to get picked on a bit.
But then it goes jungle. Top
Mushroom,
lane.
mushroom.
Damn. Sven, you want to know Sven's? 5.2.
And all that crap we give him. How many games did he play Yumi?
He deserved it. He deserved all the crap he got.
How many forget that. I don't even want to know how many times you played Yumi. I want to know the percentage of time he spent untargetable.
That would be hilarious.
Say 60% of the time you couldn't even hit him. Yeah, joke's on you. Yumi's dumb. You just need good teammates.
Let's see. 1, 2. He only played 2 Yumi games in the playoffs.
Yeah. It was banned a lot, bro.
It was banned.
He
They're
played.
like, he's not going to beat us while not beating us.
He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Make him play.
Renata games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lulu. So he tied Renata and Lulu 5 and 5.
Question is this: how many of those Renata games did he actually win versus the Lulu game?
He won 3 of the 5, and he won all of his Lulus.
Exactly.
Hey,
we know where the bread is buttered.
One of the games he won on Renata, he won against a Yumi.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously they don't have as good of an AD carry to be attached to as he does.
That was wild. I
You
mean,
know what?
if you really wanted to boost your KDA, go support, I guess.
Just play Yumi. Well, you say that. If your team's losing, you die a lot as Yumi.
Yeah. No. I was. That much is just is pure trolling. But I mean, the fact is though that if I don't think that if we had Berserker to attach to, that we would be losing many games.
No.
Oh, goddamn. I guess if you don't play a lot of games, this is why you're number 1 for CS per minute.
If you only play 3 games and one of them's really good.
He only played 5. It was Stixay. He had 384.
Damn, there you go. All right, so out of the people that actually were big kids at the tournament, who had the highest? Okay, yeah.
At 349.
Also,
so what's funny, not far behind, 349. So even with
Who-
twice as
who
many
was
games,
349?
he's still Berserker.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 349 to 384.
God
And
damn.
that's
Okay.
what that was. You said that was average or that was highest?
I think it's highest. Average. Let's see, CS per minute.
Well, my point was, I think
Instinct. But he only had 2 games.
if I recall correctly,
Berserker.
Stixay had that game, and I'm pretty sure he lost that one too.
He probably did. Which is funny because so Instinct in his 2 games had a 10.3 CS per minute. Stixay in his 5 games had a 10.2 CS per minute. Kaori in his 5 games had a 10.7. Then in the middle of all of that is Berserker with his 16 games at a 10.07.
Dude, okay, so for real though, Berserker is a monster. Like,
An actual machine.
yeah.
It's fine.
If C9 doesn't do a thank you LS video just for Berserker, that's rude.
They're
That's rude
trolling.
as fuck. It's rude as fuck, man. Like, they did luck out, right? So they got the meta for an 80 carry.
Berserker's been at the top of all of these. Gold per minute, Berserker. 470. Gold per minute. And behind him, Kaori, Instinct, Stixay. And when you get to someone who is there in the playoffs longer than that, it's Hansama at 442.
Yeah. Go to damage per minute and see what that shit is.
Not even close. That's what that is.
This doesn't give me damage per minute, unfortunately.
It's afraid to give you damage per minute.
I can give you
That's
Power.
what it is.
You don't need that.
kill participation. Chime had an 83% overall.
Oh, nice.
Sven ended with an 80%.
Damn.
Santorin had almost an 81%.
Okay.
FBI 81%. Spica with an 82%. And TSM let go of Spica after they lost. We didn't talk about that. Yeah, Spica's no longer TSM.
Yes, it said, I looked into it, they couldn't reach a financial agreement. So he is free agent. Otherwise, it looks like TSM pretty much said, go see if any other teams want to pick you up, and then come back talk to us afterwards.
Yeah, because they're hoping he's going to come back and he'll settle for less.
So here's
Who's
the
gonna
question I
take
have for
him
you guys.
now?
I don't know.
Immortals? No, who is Immortals?
Golden
Immortals
Guardians.
Jungle?
You think CLG is going to take him
No.
No.
over contracts?
No.
I don't think there's any way that happens.
Dig won't take him. They might. No, he shouldn't go for Dig because they just got rid of River.
Yeah. Honestly, I think he's actually screwed.
Golden Guardians won't take him because they just picked up River.
Wait, that sucks. I think he's actually screwed.
But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing Kenvi keep playing. Yeah.
I think he's actually screwed.
I think it'll be rough.
Dude, that's rough. That's tough, man. That's actually just tough.
Yeah, off season is going to be wild.
Because he doesn't deserve that bullshit. I don't think he does. I think he played his ass off this year.
Well, it was proven with his, 83% kill participation. he was trying in the playoffs as hard as he could.
Uh, oh God, that's rough, man.
I mean,
Like I
maybe he
would,
ends up with TSM for all we know.
dude, but I don't want that to be the case, right? Like if they reached an agreement and he agreed to all that shit and hip hip hooray, that's fine. This whole, we don't really want you unless you're willing just to play ball. I That's unfair.
Well, I mean, it's one of those like if you go in and you like clearly they're like this
If
will offer
someone's
you, and
willing
you're
to pay
telling
you,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're like that's not enough, and you can't find enough somewhere else,
Yeah, I mean, you got no choice, but like that sucks, man.
it does.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I
What's up?
I just don't think that the pool is big enough for teams to just be saying no, we don't need you. It's like, okay, well, who are you gonna go with instead then? You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
has more or less solid junglers.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think there's any.
yeah, I don't know
Oof.
either. So, I mean, those playoffs, right? C9 destroyed Hunter Thieves. Wasn't even close. Once we saw the first game, all of us were like, "Yep, 3-0."
Yeah.
so this was good. Good time, guys.
Like
Bye.
we were debating like maybe 3-1 because we weren't expecting anything big, but it's kind of hard to argue when you see that first game go through. You're like, oh nope, it's just
That
over.
that does not look
Yeah,
good.
like that second game was kind of close until Third Dragon showed up. They didn't need to fight at all
No.
for that Third Dragon. Just give it up. Just keep scaling. So what I will bring up then,
I mean, their draft was shit though. Like they were gonna lose.
yeah. So TSM dropped Spica. Hopefully he finds somewhere. Like Spica should stay in the LCS, but we'll see. Hopefully it's not with TSM and someone who's willing to pay him, but hopefully
Imagine.
maybe because Dignitas got all that money for River, they do like a full reshuffle or something, and maybe we'll see a Spica Dignitas or something with a new set of faces.
Yeah, it needs to be because I if I were speaker, I would not go there unless they actually changed up the roster. Like I'd rather crawl back to TSM before I went into that situation.
And then T1 ahead of Worlds changed out their head coach, and now it is
Holt is
Bengi.
out.
Yeah, Bengi, who used to be AD carry, right?
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the Bengi days.
No. Bangi was jungle.
Was he jungle?
Yeah. Bangi was the Rek'Sai near One Trick. 2015.
Yeah, which I don't know if it was a coaching change that needed to happen, because, I mean, we can probably, at this point, we can probably talk about some of the other playoffs. Gen G rolled over T1 like C9 rolled over Hunter Thieves.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what was it?
So yeah.
Was it Bangi goes from coach to interim head coach, and Polt got switched to just a general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drafts were horrible. Like T1 looked so bad in that. I don't know if it was just Gen G looked good, but in my opinion, the draft sucked for all of the games, and yeah, they. Like I said, I don't know if it was a coaching change. Obviously, you don't want to play your change, especially heading into Worlds.
Yeah.
But man, that was brutal. Along with LEC G2, they 3-0 Rogue in the semis to get to the finals, and then they get freaking 3-0'd Like
The
lunatics.
saltiest person I've ever heard is this man right here.
I hate it. That should have been at least, dude, at least 5 games. Dude, Rogue was playing out of the mind. Don't get me wrong. They deserve it. They've been to the final so many times and just can't reach it. Just like the LCS casters, they had a bag on Otoame for not winning a championship series for like 8 years and 430 some odd days and shit.
Yeah.
Kick a man while he's, above, right?
Kick a man while he's above. I love it.
Kick a man while he's up.
You just won. How do you feel after not winning for the last 8 years? All right, you motherfucker. But dude, a lot of the finals went 3-0.
Yeah.
When the rest of the playoffs were like 3-1, 3-2s, like nearly 5 games for like all the other regions as well. And then the finals, just one team decides we're better than you. Like,
well, we talked about this briefly, but I do think that collectively throughout the entirety of League, it's been a shit show. This split has not been good. Like collectively for League.
to an extent.
Like there's been stuff that's been like exciting to watch. But
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs were exciting. I mean, only 4 of the games didn't, 4 of the series didn't go 5 games.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Only 4.
3 of them were Cloud9. And they ended up winning. So that's a great stat to have as Cloud9 too. Like,
Yeah.
3 out of our 5 games, only one of them was a 5-game series. Like, they're going to need the momentum for Worlds. They're going to need it. Before we touch Worlds, LCS dropped their top 10 of all time. Their top 10 greatest LCS players of all time. I don't know if you guys caught it. I can give you, the 10 through 1 and see if you guys agree with it or not.
Yeah, that's fair.
So number 10, Blabber. Number 9, High. 8, Aframu. 7, Sneaky. 6, Core JJ. 5, Jensen. 4, Xsmithy. 3, Impact. And I think this one was the one they probably had the hardest decision between 1 and 2. Which I'll give you the 2 names, but you guys tell me who you think should have been 1 and who should have been 2. Because I honestly think this could have gone either way. Okay? So they have Bjergsen and Doublelift. Not in any particular order, just giving you the 2 names. So who would you put at 1 and who would you put at 2?
So
I mean, I'd have Bjergsen there.
Bjergsen at 2 is what you're saying, Kurt?
No, Bjergsen at 1.
I am torn on this one. And the reason why I'm torn is this. As much as it pains me to say this, right? Because I am probably the biggest Bjergsen fanboy that exists in the world. I think it would have to be Doublelift
At 1?
at 1.
Ben? Unless you watched it. Did you watch it? Do you know the order?
No, I don't. And I would probably have to agree with Daisy.
Because
I
even
love
though
Bjergsen, but
I look at like actual results, and actual results being what they are, I do think that Doublelift was the best.
Doublelift was the best AD carry, for sure.
No, well, not just the best AD carry. The thing is that I look at what he did for the teams that he was on, and I do have to.
I mean, you can kind of say the same for Bjergsen too, because he He showed up and balled out.
Oh no, he did. But once Double Lift got, how about this? Once Double Lift got, because Bjergsen was basically just always great, right? And then he trailed off to being good. Double Lift was good, became pretty good, then he became great. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
But the thing is that once he became great, he was the most great. Like his runs with other teams and all that, he just kept going. And then after one really shitty split, he goes back to TSM and wins again. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to not say that kind of de facto just makes him the best.
Yeah, like I said, the 1 and 2 is probably one of the biggest arguments, right? Not as close as, you know, an argument of LeBron or MJ, obviously.
No. Those get so heated. Holy crap. People are serious about this, man.
Because honestly, a generational thing, right? But, you know, it is what it is. They put Bjergsen as 1, Double Lift as 2.
I mean, I understand why.
Yeah.
I do think they're...
I think for them, the major thing that put Bjergsen over the top was the MVPs over Double Lift. Even though Double Lift had 8 titles, Bjergsen had 6, and he had 4 MVPs. So, and the 10 finals and everything they put in the video for it.
I mean, my thing and where my thought process was.
Yeah, he's also the all-time leader in LCS wins, Bjergsen. So that's probably another reason.
Yeah, but he's also continued to play after Double Lift left. That's all. I mean, just, you know, like we can't. I don't want to read too much into that specific stat because it's so horrifically contextualized. I will say that. Oh, go ahead, Kurt.
Like, okay, and my reasoning for the Bjergsen, purely just being the what he does for a team, I guess. Like Double Lift, I think the teams he was on did utilize him very well, and he was a very good player, like mechanically speaking. But I feel like there wasn't ever a time where you're like, this team is built around Double Lift, which does say something about like, oh well, even without teams being built around him, he had this much success. But it is one of those, like, Bjergsen was a player you could be like, we're gonna pick up Bjergsen, we're gonna play around Bjergsen, we're gonna build this team around him, and we're gonna go from there. I just don't see Double Lift being that same player. Just like, this is what our team is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do agree. Well, I guess maybe that's true because, like, I will say it this way: like, they obviously TSM went for the Sven Mithy bot lane, and that just didn't work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know. It's just difficult because, like, neither one of them had any sort of success internationally. I mean, look, I don't count the TL slipping past RNG. I'm sorry, I don't really count that. But neither one of them really had any real, like, success internationally. So yeah, I don't know. It's also possible that
I would say Double Lift did, but CLG had their big success without Double Lift.
Yeah.
where they went to the finals in
Unfortunately,
MSI.
yeah, with Stixay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Stixay
Double
showing
Lift,
up. And,
Double Lift had a finals appearance in MSI as well with TL.
Yeah.
But like I said, they kind of just squeaked by. Um, yeah, I don't know. I would say that realistically, they're probably equally there.
yep, 100%. That's why I said it's a big argument.
I guess that if I really stop and think about it, like neither one actually wins that. I don't think, because you have so many reasons why either one could be.
Well, I have to say I don't have very many arguments though over all of the top 10.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
for
feel-
the most part, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's pretty on. Yeah.
And I'm also glad that we're not hearing more names that are more modern showing up as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
because like yeah yeah I for the most part agree with their basic list of top 10, and Impact especially I think is I actually I have thought about whether or not Impact should be higher on this list or not, but you kind of can't touch the number 1 and 2 spots.
No, I don't think there's a whole lot of argument to be had on the number 1 and 2. So.
And I feel
yeah.
bad that Someday's not really on this list while Impact is. I think because Someday's been in the league for a long time.
True, but
He
Impact
has
has
not.
also had, no pun
Well, I
intended,
was gonna
but
say
more impact than Someday
well,
has.
Impact has
That was
also like
intended.
just
Don't.
done.
I was trying
He's
to think
just
of a
done
different
more.
word for impact.
No.
He's just
No.
he's just done more in the league
Yeah.
and for the league. He's done more,
Yeah.
and it sucks that some days, been on really shit teams. But
Yeah, that shitty Hunter Thieves.
yep,
Yeah.
complete shit.
Today proved it, if nothing less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Dude, you have no idea how happy I was though that I saw what I saw today. Because all I said through the whole split was, "I hate this team. I hate this team. I hate this team. I hate this team." Then they finally did one thing good. I thought, and hopefully it looks good next year. But this year, I hate this team because they immediately went right back to what they were doing before, and then Cloud9 just clapped them, and it was over.
Dude, I just saw that if Vulcan, when they tweeted out the top 10, he replied and said Blabber at number 10 is a blasphemy. Boomers need to move on and realize they were never really good.
Oh, damn, dude. God damn.
Who hurt this man?
Dude, Vulcan will
Blabber.
talk shit all
Blabber
the
hurt
time.
him. Like, honestly, specifically, Blabber did hurt him 3-1. That's what happened.
Hurt him really bad.
He's like, "I'm not losing to no number 10. I beat number 1, bitch."
All I have to say, LS did tweet out after the victory picture of the C9 coach holding the trophy. And he
Yeah.
said, "This is genuinely now forever one of my favorite images I'll get to see in my life. It's been a while, but seeing something that was just a mental image possibility from years ago finally materialized due to everything
Dude, that's so
he
fucking
kept
cool.
working towards makes me truly happy for him."
That's so fucking cool. Yeah, because he and Max are super close. So That is fucking cool.
he, he also tweeted who he needs to stop playing enchanters when he doesn't understand buying 20 control wards before mythic every game means his champ is giga useless at crucial moments.
Oof. Oof.
Dude, LS tweets are golden.
Ooh, they're so good.
So do you guys agree with Inspired getting regular season MVP?
No. I don't.
No.
No, I don't.
Who would you have taken?
Honestly, I probably would have taken closer.
Dude, he hates Hunter Thieves all season, and then he sees him in the
Yep.
playoffs. And it's Hunter Thieves
And
this, Hunter Thieves that.
Yeah. Did he just
Closer, I
leave?
never
Oh,
dissed closer.
fucking them out.
Closer, I did not diss. I absolutely hated that team. But like I didn't diss closer because like the guy's amazing. He is so fucking good at the game.
Even if he did get manhandled today.
Oh wait, he did. Like he 100% did. But
Yeah,
we're not talking about the postseason. We're talking about
Talk about regular
Yeah,
season.
and-
Yeah.
regular season.
And the dumb thing is typically the MVP only goes to the one of
Yeah.
the players from whoever took first for the season.
Yeah, I mean it's
You almost never see it go to someone else, right?
no, you really don't.
Which is ridiculous. Dude, I wanted to see what Dominate tweeted. And he tweeted, he said, just so everyone is aware, Kaisa is coming back into the meta. RNG is the weakest team going to the Worlds from the LPL. You legit need to beat Gala Kaisa to leave group stage.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he said, probably one of the best group draws from an entertainment perspective. Should be a good group stage at least. Now we just pray for no regional cannibalism in bracket stage.
Yeah, that's true. He wants to see the best teams get out, and he's worried that you're going to wind up with
LPL and LCK
yeah.
and EU. Like a couple teams, but mainly LCK and LPL.
Yeah, he's just worried that you're just going to see all of the good games in the bracket stage, and then you're going to get to the finals and be like, "Well, that was fun."
No. Nah, it's
Which-
just a bunch of stomps.
Which we can probably tease it to show what the next podcast will be about, which is going to be Worlds.
Whoop, whoop.
So they already did the draws. They did the play-in stage draw and the group stage draw after LCS finished, because the LCS team was the last team to set their 1 and 2. So they did that. Group A for play-ins, you have Fnatic, BYG, DFM, EG, Loud, Chief. Group B, DRX, RNG, Saigon, Mad Lions, Wildcats, and ISG. Not going to talk too much about those, but you can definitely tell which group is going to have more fun than the other group.
Yeah, yeah.
And then group stage, which is what Dominate was talking about. Group A, you have Cloud9, T1, EDG. Group B, JDG, G2, Donwan. Group C, Rogue, Top Esports, GAM. Group D, Genji, CFO, and Hunter Thieves, which I'm sure we'll definitely be breaking down that nonsense. It all kicks off the 29th. So we're definitely going to be doing recordings and stuff during Worlds. We'll definitely do a lot better with it than we did with playoffs. We just had, real life stuff pop up that delayed these, and we do apologize. Obviously, this isn't our greatest of all the podcasts so far, and it is what it is. Like,
in the end, I think that it worked out okay.
When games kind of go the way you expect them to go, is there much to talk about, right?
Not really. We tried. We tried today.
Made efforts.
Honestly, I think the other ones, if we didn't do just a condensed like LCS, playoffs thing, it probably would have been like 30 minutes, 45 minutes for the other episodes.
Yeah.
So, because you'd be talking about like one game, two games, like, so.
Yeah, I mean, if we had been able to break these weeks down, like, actual week by week, it would have been easier, I think, to actually have more talking points. Because I know, especially, I had a bunch of stuff to talk about after the final week of playoffs before semis.
Mm-hmm.
So in the the actual like fourth place matchup.
Yeah. Which is just letting me know for next time. Probably take some notes just in case stuff gets delayed or whatever.
Well, I had a script actually written up, and then unfortunately, when you have animals, they do stupid things with wires and computers and stuff. So
Usually, yeah.
That just happens from time to time.
Yeah, we all had life happen, which is fine. We're human. What can we do, right?
I am not you.
Speak for yourself.
We're not pros or anything, but we will continue
Speak
this
for yourself
through Worlds, and potentially be on the lookout of some podcasts of different esports and stuff in the future. We're still working through all of that. So that'll definitely be very interesting. So as we go to end it, let's end it with a lol.
Exactly.
That whatever that was that you were talking about just now.
He said something.
I'm not sure what you had stuck in your throat there, but
Should probably get that out.
It's
Doesn't sound
Berserker's dick. I was repaying him for that victory.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I would recommend swallowing first. You have no idea what kind of benefits you might get out of that.
What does he say? He's young. He has great mechanics, and
Young,
he got
virile, yeah,
a brain. And he has a brain.
And he has a brain.
Which I think by the end of Worlds, or like our final one for this season, we got to figure out your punishment and execute.
Oh yeah, I am 100% prepared.
We got to figure that out.
I mean, we don't really have to, but yeah,
We could.
but we should.
We probably should.
Right. You guys should be able to see that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Me and Penn thought it would be kind of funny if we made Laurel a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Are we supposed to say it
So-
like multiple times
right.
faster?
No. So Lake and I on TikTok has seen a guy who, if he has to use a hint doing Lottle, he has to play it in his
in an
worst
off-roll.
off-meta roll.
But
Oh,
what I
fuck
was thinking
that.
is because there's 4 of these, right?
Okay.
Whoever can guess it correctly first gets
to play
to
the champion.
assign.
No.
You get to assign whoever that relates to champion to someone in the group. So you have to
Okay.
be strategic with it, because if you get all 4 of them, you're playing one of them.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I thought it would be a little bit interesting, just to add a
Sure.
little bit
Yeah,
more.
we'll try it. We'll try it.
More guessing and spice.
Because
to
then
it.
we can have one game afterwards and just pray that it goes okay.
Oh, it won't. I guarantee it.
Classic. All right, I'm gonna say it's not Seraphine, because that was yesterday.
Joke's on you. It's Seraphine.
All right.
I'm waiting for him to play that troll.
Right, so am I. A collie. Just
Right in with that, huh?
A female, human,
human.
Wow.
Melee. Okay.
not Ionia, not energy, not mid, or it's mid or top.
One of the two, yeah. And it doesn't
Fiora.
have energy. No way. No way.
There's
Oh
some
my
bullshit
God.
there.
No
Dude,
way.
that's some bull.
Oh,
There's no effing
Get
way,
the fuck out of
bro.
here. I set
No
you up so
fucking
good
way.
for that. All right, you're gonna have to figure out who
Hurt in
plays
my soul.
Fiora.
Dude, this mother. Please,
Like-
please, just if you don't pick it for him, Pen, you realize we're just gonna have to hear him rage the whole fucking game.
But that's
Oh,
the
I
fun
won't
of
rage.
it.
It'll just be hilarious if
That's
it's
the
not
fun
me.
of it.
It's gonna be funny
Now,
to see who has to play
we can
it.
kind of hold
I-
off till the end if we want to.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold off.
See what the other
Yeah.
quote.
Okay.
Let's be friends forever. Who the?
A moo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was easy. What?
You should have said a
First
moo
thing he's
then.
like, who the fuck? Well,
And you'd be choosing who
I
plays
was
it.
letting you go ahead and finish your thought. Kurt's
No,
Kurt's
no,
like,
see,
it's
no.
done.
That's not what we're trying to do, though. You don't need me to finish my thought. You need to be guessing.
I ain't play that
these.
game.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, ability.
Tristana.
Son of a bitch! I should have said it.
Yeah.
I was gonna start typing it first.
If Fiora
Quote
popped up, I'm not
you.
playing this
That's
game.
not how we play this game.
I said I should have said it. My brain went type it quick before he says anything.
Type it, don't say it. Maybe say it next time, bud.
Morgana.
Diana.
Morgana.
Yeah.
No,
It's Diana.
No? Mm-mm.
it's too flowy.
Was that a collie?
No,
Katarina.
no. Fuck.
I have no idea.
Holy shit. Why is it always this one? It is always this one.
White. It looks like it's white hair, maybe. Yeah, white hair. You see
It's
the
either white hair or
hair.
a rag. Was it a skin from Echo, I think? I can't remember anything.
It's not close. Kale? No.
She's got a darker skin. Because I'm assuming
Not
that's.
Zyra, isn't it?
I'm assuming no.
No.
I'm assuming that's her back.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
assuming
just
it's
gonna-
her, I guess.
Yeah, that's the back. It is Zyra.
Oh, it's Zyra. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Son of
Okay.
a bitch.
Okay, so Penn gets to decide on who plays Fiora and who plays Zyra, and Curtis gets to decide who plays Trist and who plays Amumu.
I'm fine with all of these.
Yeah, he is.
These are all in his wheelhouse.
The thing is, like, is it just in our normal position, or what? Like,
I mean, you
I
can
guess
say
that's
where
the
they're
other
playing
question.
it too. Fuck it.
oh,
Wait.
okay.
Here's the question then. Do they need to pick each other's first?
If Penn was going to give one to Curtis, or
Well,
if
if they
Curtis was going to give
see-
one to Penn.
See, the thing is if me or Pin don't give it to each other, we're gonna be picking ours.
True.
So I
So
will
you-
actually
yeah,
give
you two
Kurt
go
the
first.
Fiora.
Okay, where am I playing Fiora at?
I'll let you play it top.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be a complete dick about Fiora,
I'm not gonna...
Okay, so who are you giving Penn?
but I'm also putting Kurt in top lane. So
Yeah, that's the other kicker, ain't it? That's the other kicker.
Curtis's infamous top lane struggle.
I don't even know why that lane
So who
just...
you
No,
giving?
wait. He doesn't have to play at top lane. He just has to play Fiora, right?
No, he we said the person who
We
gives
said
it
you
gets to
could
pick the
pick it.
role.
You pick it if you want,
Okay.
just to add more spice. So what are you giving Penn?
Syra jungle.
I'm the one who gets to assign Zyra though.
Yeah, you are
Oh,
Mumu and
yeah,
Tristana.
Amumu and Tristana. Oh, Amumu mid.
Alright, I'll play Mumu mid.
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
even a thing. All
Then
right.
it's me
done.
and Daisy. So who wants a
Yeah.
coin flip for Daisy?
Go ahead, Kurt.
Daisy on Trist. ADC.
I knew it was
Alright,
gonna
hey.
happen. It's gonna
Alright,
happen.
like-
Zyra.
Zyra
Alright.
jungle.
Tank Trist. Let's
I'm
go.
sorry, like I should have. Hey, wait. From the guy who did Zillion, this is nothing. You got it.
Alright, let's queue up.
All right. We just gotta hope the
Ooh.
last person wants to play support, I guess.
Are we gonna continue this or end it and then report what happens in the next one? Leave the
I think we
suspense.
end this and report the
Add
report the
suspense.
results next game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
start the next cast with the results of this monstrosity.
All right.
That's
We
it.
appreciate everybody that returns to the episodes. Sorry, this one wasn't as crazy as all the other ones. It was playoffs. It's whatever, right? Thank you for showing up, listening. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe wherever you're listening from, and we will return with a Worlds breakdown. I think in 2 weeks, right before World starts. Give ourselves one last break before we start busting through all of the World stuff.
There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Hopefully, I figure out my roof. Hopefully, Daisy doesn't lose all power because the dogs chew a cable. Let's hope.
Yeah.
All of the hope.
All the hope.
No, none of the hope.
All the
We're,
hopium.
we're from NNA.
Cups.
There is no
Cups.
Cups. Get the cups.
Cups. All right. On that note, everyone have a wonderful night, and we'll report to you what happens in the next one. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.